Alright, hey guys, so today we are finally doing subscriptions. And I left off last, this is what it looks like. Do a quick refresh. We have the vote, we have these boards, right? And we have suggestions right here. And these suggestions have the actual suggestion and then a dash and then the actual count for that suggestion. We might change how this looks later. This is our upvote button, if you will. I only have one user, so that's why there's just one here. And as you can see, if I try upvoting, I can't upvote. If I've already upvoted it, which I have with this account, and here I can upvote. Notice we don't see the number pop up. We don't have subscriptions set up, so I have to refresh the page to see it update here. And if someone else voted, I wouldn't see that either. So that's what we're going to set up today using WebSockets and using ApolloData's subscription thingy that we have right here. And so let's start with the server. Why not? We'll set that up first, and I'm just going to pop into my code right here. And I think we're going to have to install some stuff if I remember correctly. I don't think I can just pop right into it. Here's GraphQL Subscriptions, and I think they have a thing for setting up subscriptions here somewhere. Here we go. Yep, and then we have this transport. You can read more about it here. I think we have to download a socket. Yeah, GraphQL Subscriptions. That's where I use PubSub and async. Got it. So this shows you how to do the subscription part, and then setting up the server, I believe they should show here. I think that's what this subscription transport is. So we're going to install this, and I'm going to install that. So yarn add this, and I'm on Blocklaval, which is the backend. We're going to do some backend work, so I'm going to move this over here so we can switch between panels faster. And then my subscriptions as well. Okay. And then let's see what we need to do next. I think we have to set up a new endpoint, and then we can start doing stuff. Okay, I know how to set up the subscription, so we can copy this. Come into our schema over here. Oh, did I already do subscriptions? Oh, I forgot. I've already set this up, haven't I? Yeah, I forgot I already set up this server with subscriptions in a previous video, so I don't even need to do this. We're doing it right here, I think. Where is it? Here we go. So /subscriptions on port 3030. And I think I have the other one on port 3032, yeah. Let's go to our schema. So we can just go ahead and add what we want here. We don't have to do, I don't think we're doing user added. We'll say, say vote happened. Or we'll just say vote. No, I don't want a conflict. Let's say vote happened. And what do we return? We have okay. Vote happened. And what do we want to return back? Maybe we could return back. What are we returning back on vote? Vote on suggestion, a boolean. We kind of just want to pass back the new vote amount. So I'm going to pass back a custom object, type new vote count. And there's going to be a suggestion ID, which will be an int, and a count, which will have that. And that's what we're going to return. So new vote count. So every time a vote happens, what we'll do save is what we'll pass back. Whoever subscribed to this, will give them what suggestion was upvoted or downvoted, if we add downvotes, and then the count, the new count that we add. So that looks good. And we can come over here in our model, we can close that in our resolvers. Okay, so we have pub sub here. We no longer have user added, but we have vote happened, subscribe. Oops. We're going to say vote happened. So now we just need to call pub sub and publish it. And so what's going to happen is people are going to call this to subscribe, and then we actually need to push data to it. So to push data, we can do it right here. So we have the, this is going to be annoying actually. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Instead of publishing the count, we will say increment amount, which is going to be 1 or a -1 if downvoted. Yeah, increment amount. Because we don't really, so we have the ID of the suggestion here, but we don't actually have an easy way to get the count. So yeah, that's kind of problematic. If we want to update count, we're just gonna have to increment it, which is fine. This works fine. I don't think there could be a race condition in here, but I don't think so. So what we'll do is we'll just say pub sub, and I think it's publish. The name that we want to do it on is vote happened, and the payload is going to be suggestion ID, and then increment amount. We can only upvote, so we'll say 1. We'll increase the vote by 1. And this will be ID. We should just call this suggestion. Oh no, we can't. There we go. I'll just make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, publish. Cool. So now we just need to do front-end stuff because we set up the backend to be able to subscribe and we're pushing it on. So switch these guys. Switch to the front end. Pretty simple. What we need to do for the front end, we just call subscribe when we mount the component. And so come over here to home. And should we just component mount on home? Yeah, makes sense. So component will mount. And here's where we actually want to do the subscription. And now we need to go ahead and do GraphQL and do our subscribe button on that. And I'm just going to go to localhost 3030/graphical to type this out. So subscription, and then in here we can say vote happened, and we want to get the suggestion ID and the increment amount. Okay, so we'll add this to our GraphQL, and this is going to be so we have mutations, queries, create a new one called subscriptions. So we'll import GQL. So this will be vote happened, and we're just going to put in our GraphQL that we have. Go ahead and save that, and alright, my auto formatter did not work. Usually, okay, there we go. It's not liking because I'm only exporting one thing. That's fine though. We'll export more in the future. We can come back up here and we'll say vote happened, and this is coming from subscriptions. And then I'm going to do compose, and then we'll have our two GraphQL things in here. So our first is the board query, and our second is our subscription. So vote happened. There we go. And I'll go ahead and import compose. That's coming from React Apollo. Let's see if we can get these. I'm going to see if my formatter will allow me to drop to the new line. Nope. It likes it all in one. That's fine. Alright. So let's just come over here. I'll show you what has been now added to the props. Oh, did not work. Oh, you're right. We need to set up our network interface for subscriptions. So that's here. Okay. So this is our current network interface. Let's do subscriptions. We don't want to do server. This is going to be on the front end. So this is React, yes. Client setup. Alright, so on our client I need to install this. So that's going to be rows. So I'm going to come over here to rows and say yarn add. Okay, so then let's go ahead and import this and use a subscription client instead of the other client that we're using. Yeah. I think we can still set this up, I hope. Actually, oh, we can do both. There we go. Right, so network interface, add subscriptions. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we do. We add the subscriptions here. Bring it down here. Alright, so we're creating a regular network interface. Now we're creating our subscription interface, basically, our subscription client, and we just need to combine those. And I have it at 3030/subscription. Is that right? Come over here to confirm subscriptions. Strings must be single quote. Yeah. I don't know why that's backticked like that. Oops. Alright, so this looks good, and to combine them we need to import this. And yeah. And I'm gonna put it below this, just in case when we need to add middleware this needs to happen before. This is coming here. So network interface is network interface with subscription. Alright, so that got rid of all our errors. So creating regular interface, the subscription interface here. We're adding middleware for our regular interface. We're combining the two, and that's what we feed in. So now let's see if we get that error. Nope, it renders okay. I think we're gonna need to rename. I think there's a problem now. Okay, so you notice how nothing is rendering here? The reason for that is in our GraphQL here, you'll notice we have two. We just have to give one of them a name. So I'm gonna give, because I think they're overriding each other. So here I'm gonna say name is gonna be sub. And now we should see the data show back up here. If it doesn't, then I don't think I'm using the right name. Okay, so you'll notice this showed up, and let's see what this warning is. Okay, so it looks like they're releasing a new package soon, but it's not out yet. Okay, so we can worry about that at a later time. So okay, stuff showed up. Let's see the new props that have been added for us. So if I come into React, I can see when this is done, we can look at the home component. We see data, which we're getting from our query, and sub. Oh, and that's just loading still. I don't think the connection worked, because we should see other stuff here if it did work. Let's see. Nope. Data has stuff, right? So data is able to load. Subscription's not working for some reason. So let's see why that is. We have our server up. Just want to make sure. Localhost 3030. That looks good. Alright, the configuration looks like it's set up good. What we will do, say this.props. We'll say console.log this.props. So it could be, I don't know why it's still loading. It's very odd. I want to kind of print the props here to see maybe it finished loading, but it's not. Nope, still loading. Alright, this makes me think I have something like a parameter messed up, so it's just loading indefinitely. Alternatively, I'm going to try killing the server here and see if loading goes to false. Here we go, it does. So the connection is happening okay. I spelled subscriptions. Yeah, I spelled subscriptions right. And it's able to connect. Notice how we go 7. Let's see. Still loading. You can search for home. I don't know why it would be infinitely loading. We're doing something wrong. We're following the README exactly though. I've done this exact thing with subscriptions before, so I'm not sure why here we're loading indefinitely. Because then what we want to do is call subscribe to more after that. I just saw this red and I was like, what is that? Okay, so we're on port 3030 still. So that's correct. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and get rid of the things we're not using. So I'm not using Facebook right now. So let's get rid of that. Because I have a lot of junk here that like it just makes it harder to look through the code. Oh, I thought the secret was being used for Facebook. I forgot it's not. So I deleted this. Oops. This secret I'm using for authentication, so we can't get rid of that. But we can get rid of this. Okay. This will make it a little easier just to look through the code now. And we can get rid of these things. Okay. We're creating the server. I know it's connecting okay. Right? Because I don't know if it's, here it is. It says status finished, but then it's also pending here. Is it still loading? I wonder what the timeout is. It should, it can't just go on in this forever. Eventually it should go to false. Still loading, wow. Okay, so graphical though, you can do subscriptions now, so I'm just gonna see if I can try to test out the subscription here and see if it'll work. So graphical subscriptions. so I can see if it's the backend that's broken or if it's the front end that's broken. So yeah, so see April 11th, they just recently popped out. Now you can do subscriptions in GraphQL. Alright, so how it works, we already have this. Okay, so we just tell them what our endpoint is. Alright. So here's GraphQL Express. We pass in our subscription endpoint too. And for us, we're using 3030. Oh, and that's it? Okay. So let's try reloading this. Oh, we broke something. Or maybe the server's just reloading. Yep, server's just reloading. Anything else I need to do? Let's just try running it. Solution data will appear here after server publication. Alright. So it looks like it's subscribed okay. I'm gonna hit the plus. Uncaught. Cannot return null for a non-nullable field. Subscription.vote happened. That makes me think it's finished loading. Nope, it's not. I don't know what this sub thing is doing. Message cannot return null. I don't know what's happening with this. I'm gonna try refreshing and seeing if the vote went through. Vote went through okay. The vote popped up over here, but it's an object. That's kind of awkward. Why aren't they rendering the object? Does it say here? Look, theirs gets rendered okay. Maybe I have it on the server wrong. Let's just look at our pub sub again. Oh, that's not good. User added here. I'm gonna get rid of create user. We're not doing that. We're doing a registration now. So good. Create user. Okay, we didn't even have create user in here anymore. Okay, so we're pub subbing. We're passing our object in. We're doing something slightly off. I'm assuming it's the backend because we're returning an async iterator, right? Alright, we're doing the backend for a little bit. Swap these out. Yep, so we return an async iterator with vote happened when we subscribe. Oh, do we have to call subscribe? Yeah, okay, that's what I did wrong. I think I just do that, right? I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. That's probably it. Now we can try refreshing. Run that. Why did an object show up immediately? That should not happen. Let's see on the front end if that fixed anything. Okay. Okay, we get an immediate uncaught now. Still loading. Subscription must return async iterable received undefined. So vote happened. Okay, maybe we do subscribe. Comment added. Oh. Notice how they have the same name here. Maybe I should try doing that. So I'm going to put the subscribe back so it looks like we need that. Oops, what did I do? I went back to me. Okay, so we have subscribe here. And now what I'm going to try is down over here, wherever I'm publishing. I'm going to say vote happened and return that. Okay. Let's come over here and vote. We cannot vote on any more suggestions, so let's create one. Still loading. Hey, look at that. The subscription worked. We got increment mount and the suggestion ID. Okay, so because it works here, we've narrowed it down that something's wrong with our front end. So we can move that over there and this over here. And I'm going to refresh and see if we can get that error to pop up again, because maybe we can just try debugging that. Nope. Maybe it's because I voted. Validation error. That's fine, because I can get the error to come back up. So let's just look again over how I configured this to make sure I configured it correctly. We want to match what they have here. Okay, I don't have a slash at the end there, but that shouldn't be causing a problem, right? Oh, it doesn't actually even connect. So we know it connects. Okay, because we don't see any errors, right? But for some reason it can't load it. That's so weird. What could be causing that? So it connects to it, but then it infinitely loads. I don't see anything here. Am I missing anything? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm gonna try getting rid of this and just having the subscription there. I'm gonna check out this warning too. Maybe that warning can talk more about how we're supposed to do it. Cannot read property. Alright, let that refresh. So same problem. I don't think naming it is messing it up either. Maybe because I'm putting the name there. Let's try getting rid of that real quick. Actually, I don't think this is it, but I'm just gonna try. I honestly have like a little idea what it could be. I'm just kind of want to narrow things down a little bit. Nope, not the naming, which you wouldn't expect that to be the problem. Okay. So it said check out the README. To start with a full WebSocket transport that handles all types of operations, import and create an instance. Ah, I see. GraphQL endpoint. It doesn't show you how to set up the server for this though, but maybe that's what it wants us to do. We're currently doing this basically. But something wrong is happening somewhere. Okay, so it looks like they're going to depreciate hybrid. I don't see any reference in the README searching the code. Would you consider reading more since I assume maybe we'll try to understand why it's only here to realize it can't be solved? Warnings that can't be fixed are irritating. It's not actionable. I don't think it should be displayed at all. That said, the work you're doing is great. That's what it says here. Alright, this just looks like they're in development of this. So this should be working. It's one of those things where I kind of just want to restart both servers and see if it works. Why is data? I put this back. I only saw data over there. Alright, I'm going to restart the server. I'm going to restart the client. See if that fixes it because everything looks pretty correct. Vote happened. This, yeah, because this worked on our other thing in our graphical.exact. So just something in our client is messed up because we know this exact GraphQL works here. Look at that. Oh, I forgot to put the name back. The sub. There we go. But again, still loading. Not sure. Man, this is actually stumping me pretty hard right now. GraphQL is working fine. Let's try changing the name of this. Oops. Hello. So notice like when I change the endpoint to somewhere else, it does get an error. So we know that we're pointing to the right endpoint. So that's not the problem. And we know the server doesn't work. We've already established this. There's nothing complicated happening here. Maybe the middleware is messing it up. But that's only affecting this, not this. I can try commenting that out. Let's see, I changed it to hello. That should not do anything, right? It doesn't. Okay, with data, GraphQL options. Okay, so props.comments. Maybe we should try doing this. I don't think this will work either though. Just because notice how they're just going into the props to get it. I'm gonna try adding this and console logging the props and seeing what they look like. If they're any different than the props we see over there. Let's close that. Drop to a new line so we can actually see what we're doing. So props, we're gonna return props, console.log, hi, bye, and then props. So wait for it to refresh. Okay. Still loading. Still loading. So whole time. I don't know what own props is here. Man. Okay. So this is not going to do anything. So I'm going to try commenting out the middleware, seeing if that does anything. I'm going to comment out that query too. I should just leave this here because we're debugging and I'll keep adding it. Alright, so again we know this doesn't work. Confirm doesn't work. Come over here, comment out this middleware. I really don't think the middleware for not even it's middleware just for regular stuff. Okay, good. I would expect it not to work still. Okay, so let's try this. See how they just have a subscription client here. What if we just pass it the client, and I'm gonna try doing it. I'm not gonna use the network interface. I'm gonna create the client. I'm gonna pass in the subscription client here. So now I can I'm basically only doing subscriptions. And let's see if that works. Alright, that does not work. So I can't just pass a regular thing there. What if I pass it to this? That probably doesn't work either, I imagine. What do we, I guess you have to combine it with this hybrid thing. Where you combine them together. So put this back. Let's put this above the middleware. Nope, nothing. Let's put this back. Give it good naming. Subscriptions. Alright, so something must have changed in Apollo, or I'm just not catching what I'm doing wrong. But debugging is not happening right now. I'm not going to be able to figure it out. It doesn't seem. So what I usually like to do when an issue like this happens is to just stop programming, and I'll probably think of it just walking around / doing other things. So I'm going to end the stream here and hopefully figure this out. Maybe I'll go on a walk and think about this, because I honestly have no idea what could be going wrong here. So that's it for this stream, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to figure this out soon. Bye.